do you mean she's got another show? How does she have another show? I'm still trying to figure out how she got the first one. Never mind the second and then whatever the hell this is. Who is the executive behind selling her things? Stop doing that. You're ruining everything. As soon as I turn my back for 3.5 seconds and give Vivzie not all of my attention, the woman apparently senses my imminent departure and makes another this. And of course by this, I mean the series Homestuck, which is not something I've ever heard of before, but apparently it did exist before Vivzie got a grubby little claws all over it. So I'm sure this series was good at some point, maybe. To be honest, I haven't actually watched any of it. I don't know what it is. All I know is that this thing has now got her hands on it, which means this show is now gone. The general rule with show making is essentially this. The closer you get to Vivzie's exact location, the more likely your show is to simply combust. Like, it just randomly catches fire. We're not sure why it does it just kinda does. So naturally, anybody with a brain cell would probably go, I'm not gonna give my IP to the woman who made this, because I'm not gonna do that. That's not something that I'm gonna do today. I'm a business human because I made a show that worked enough for me to get money from it, so I'm therefore smart enough to know that if this woman gets anywhere near my show has now been vented into space orbit. Unfortunately, it seems that something has gone very wrong regarding this particular show's contract signing process, because for some reason the owner of this show, whose name I didn't research because it turns out I'm actually not very good at this, but when the IP owner of Homestuck was indeed signing that contract, instead of signing the bit that said put Vivzie in the marmalade, they accidentally ticked the part that gave Vivzie all of their fucking assets and the full creative freedom to turn yet another series of hers into bin juice. I still can't believe that these things evolved a beak that is just a straw, specifically for drinking bin juice. The interesting thing I want to know is how the hell did Vivzie get her hands on this IP? Look, man, there's a lot of people who make good content. I know at least some of them, and this woman is none of them all at the same time. You've combined the worst qualities of any human on the fucking planet and have decided this is a perfect woman to put in charge of all of my things that I love. Stop buying mansions. I'm going to send Jeff. Why does she have animator on her profile? Does she animate things? What does she animate? Well, let's find out. Let's have a quick look at her channel. She's just selling things again. I'm not being funny, but I've seen fruit stands on the corner of my fucking road that have a lower content to sellout ratio than you do. We haven't actually seen the pilot yet. Not entirely certain how you can make a pilot of a series that has already had a couple episodes. Apparently she's got Toby Fox to voice people. What? How did you do that? Do you have the fucking genie lamp? Are you cursing people? You've got a fucking hypno in that Pokeball of yours, don't you, you cretin? There is no way you convinced Toby Fox to look at you. I'm not buying it. Also, by the way, does that mean you're replacing him after the pilot? Because that's really funny, because you've chosen this man again. That's the rule, right? If someone's good at their job, fire them and replace them with the Arbiter. That's the joke, right? That's the thing. We doing that? Because I don't know if Keith David's going to answer the phone anymore. Maybe she'll pull a big gamer and just replace all of the pilot staff with the Has-Been Hotel pilot staff and then confuse the fuck out of everybody. Being purchased by Vivzie Pop, of course, also means that this show is now just swearing, so that was a shame. Also, the main character, who's a dude, is going to go out with the secondary main character, who isn't revealed to be the main character until like halfway through the first season or something. And then by the end of the second season, there's going to be no one else in the fucking show, because we only care about the gay shipping here, and if you have any straight characters, they are automatically banned. This isn't a meme, they're genuinely going to Kirby swallow your Discord channel. Alistair, run, they're coming for you. They've already got Luna. I wonder how many episodes in we're going to get before it's swearing every 4 words, or if that's instant. Maybe that's why the pilot trailer for like a half-an-hour pilot was 1 minute long and showed barely any of the footage, because apparently it's almost done already, so why have they kept 29 minutes of the thing out of the public's eye unless they know it's garbage? Last guy shit-talked me was a couple kilometers taller than you. By the way, this isn't the only show that's kind of returning out of nowhere. I forget what the names of the other ones are because I literally am the worst with names ever, and I haven't got them written down in my script today, so there's no chance I'll remember them. But there's at least 3 other shows, like small indie shows, who have been dead for as long as this series has, and for some reason they're also coming back now. Also, how long do we have until Amazon eats this one? one? Is that like a guaranteed thing? How much of you does Amazon own now? Is Spindlehorse even a thing, or is it just Amazon Prime? Look, Vivzy, you goobus. If you're going to make this show not completely rubbish, fantastic. If you're doing the writing for it, I'm going to scream. Which, yes, did improve my videos apparently, but that's because I'm basically the anti-gamer and don't actually know how to do things. My ability to successfully exist is linked directly to my inability to know how I'm doing it. The same way that your ability to make dog shit writing is linked directly to your forehead. You like monies, right? Monies is good. You like piles of gold. What that one dude from Dragon Quest? You're that man? Cool. All right, so let's bake this out in a way that you can understand because money or something, right? If your show is better, you make more of money. Yes? Cool. Therefore, stop writing it. All jokes aside, of course, please stop taking my channel seriously. Why are you making entire paragraphs about how I'm wrong? That's 90% of what I'm doing. I'm gaslighting you. How the living hell can you take one look at this creature and assume that it's taking anything you say seriously and isn't eating all of your toast? And I'm sure Homestuck, like the rest of Vivzy's animated shows, are gonna be fantastic in almost all of the areas Vivzy isn't involved in. The animation is pretty cool, kind of, and the music is kind of cool sometimes. To be honest, I genuinely forgot what the positives for Hazbin Hotel is, so in fact, I don't even like the way the new animation looks. It looks like you've put it through an entire tub of gloss. Like, why is everything fucking shiny now? Stop being shiny. That's not a thing people do. Stop it. Is it just constantly moist in hell? Because that is most certainly not what hell is. As for Homestuck, I mean, I'll make more videos about it if you guys want. Anything with Vivzy on it makes me not want to look at it, but it appears to be what YouTube's chosen for me, so fucking yay. But it does at the very least look like it's, you know, sort of retaining to the original in most of the important places, so that could be nice. And hey, if you're a fan of the original show, go ahead and tell me how the trailer holds up, because again, I don't know what the original show is. I just know there was one, maybe. So you will definitely have more insight than I will. A big thank you once again to the Luxury Demon for making this amazing human crab, which has a tail. Do crabs have tails? Oh wait, hold on, horseshoe crabs have tails. Haha. Turns out Demon was actually smarter than me. Which again, I know that's normal, I just have to keep pretending I'm surprised by it, otherwise people realize that I know that I'm the dumb, and then they ask me why I haven't fixed it yet, and I'm fucking trying, and nobody seems to understand me. Their Discord will be linked in the description, provided I remember how to actually do that. I am, of course, still on the quest to interact with as many of my fans as possible, especially fellow indie creators, so I'll be featuring the little shout-outy fan art bits at the start of all of my videos, unless I manage to run out of art pieces. And the offer still stands for anyone who wants a voice actor who doesn't want payment, because I refuse to accept payment for helping with stuff. I genuinely adore doing that sort of shit. And of course, it all helps me actually have a portfolio if I decide to go into that for like job reasons. I don't know how you become a professional voice actor, but I'm going to figure it out eventually. Or figure out it's far too hard for my small goober brain and immediately hide in my room and never come outside again, which, yeah, fair enough. The weekly uploads are going to continue unless something major gets in the way, of which I will announce on the channel when I'm not able to do that sort of thing. I really do appreciate you guys supporting my videos, and I will see you again next week with whatever random stuff I decide to whinge about.